If a woman submits to you, you get the final say, and you make the wrong decision, and she vocalizes that, really lets you have it, that you made the wrong decision, right? Do you still consider that submissive? Do you still consider that cooperative? And here's why I'm asking that question. There seems to be beforehand, before a woman acts in accordance to a man's will, we're okay conflating the two, right? Whether she initially is not reacting or create some sort of resistance and then follow suit, it's cool because at the end of the day you followed suit. But in the aftermath of it, right? If she just doesn't like allow you to just kind of continue on, or just let you know, like, hey, we're both going to acknowledge that wasn't the, if she gives you any more grief than just acknowledging that it was not the right decision, typically.
You stated where you feel that disagreement happened. Like, okay, I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with you. And then I say, but we still need to do it this way. And you still do it that way. The way I'm saying that we need to do it, there you are cooperating with what I'm saying we need to do. Whether rightly or wrongly, you can disagree. Like disagreement, we're not supposed to be the same. We're not supposed to think the same. You're supposed to have a perspective. But if you end up following exactly what I just said that we would do, you are in fact cooperating with what I want done.
Yeah,
So Tab, I
disagreement
hear
to me doesn't mean uncooperative.
but give me 1 second, because I want to clarify, because I heard the way that Tap responded to what I said, and I think the emphasis of what I was saying may have been missed. So I just want to clarify it, right? It's not the action of vocalizing my opinion that is being considered uncooperative. It's doing it after the man that has said, I don't want to hear it. That's the part that's uncooperative, right? Because there are men that do not want to hear the woman's perspective, right? It's the fact that I did it regardless. Yes, I was cooperative in the end, because to me, that's submission, that you get the final say as a man, as the leader of the relationship, as the head of the household, you get the final say. But the fact that you did not want to hear what I had to say and I vocalized it regardless, that's the part that's uncooperative.
So you're talking about a narcissist?
I think that word gets overused.
No, I'm
To say no.
by what you're saying, you have just defined a narcissist. I don't care what you have to say. Your opinion is invalid. Submit to what I'm saying. Do what I say do, or you can kick rocks. Like that's essentially
So
what you're saying. Like,
again, I
from a
think
guy's
that word is
perspective, right?
over. I think that word is overused, right? Because sociopaths, psychopaths can also have that same mindset, right?
They
Like
do.
if we're really going to get into the psychology of things, so can people who have control issues or trauma or whatever. I don't think it has to just be narcissists, right? There's so many different dynamics. It could be a state where it's an emergency. It's a life or death situation, right? It doesn't even have to be something that is passive. It could be one of those moments where that man just like feels in that moment of like real life danger. I don't need you to talk back. I need you to just move the way I ask you to. And if I speak anyways, that's still uncooperative. But if I still do what it is you're asking me to do, that's still submitting, right? So, regardless of the situation, I think it could still be applied across the board. It's still uncooperative, but it's still submissive because I've still followed your direction. I've just gone against your wishes and vocalized something that in that moment, whether it's a regular occurrence or an isolated incident, in that moment, I was not cooperative.
But you ended up
All
doing what I
right.
needed done, right? Like at the
Hold
end of
on.
the
Give me
day,
one
as
second,
long
Tap.
as you, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to see if Lil Podcast had something to weigh in on.
I don't want to like just jump right in. I would prefer if you all directed the question toward me, but I would
Okay.
say that um I think that I think you're taking I don't understand why women want to make definitions about feelings. There you can look up a definition and you know what it means. and then you feel a certain way about a situation, so you want to take a word and make it mean what you feel, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And it's like, no, at the end of the day, if my mom says, boy, take out that trash, and I say, I don't feel like it, and she said, boy, take that trash out, and I get up and take the trash out, even though I voiced my opinion about not feeling like doing what she wanted me to do, I still cooperated. Cooperation is not what you say in the moment, is the actual action that you take. So if the action that you take was to sit back and allow the man to do his job, because what you said was, if the man wants to proceed a certain way, and you said, well, hey, I think you should proceed this way, and he said, no, I'm gonna proceed the way I want to, and then it all fails, well, that's on him. So then my question to you would be, if he does it the way that you think he should do it, and it all fails, are you gonna say, well, babe, don't worry about that, that's on me because I'm the one who told you to do that? Probably not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, I just think cooperation at the end of the day, let's just solve that, is simply the action that you choose to take. Submissiveness is a mindset. It just really is. It's mentally yielding, because your body won't do what your mind doesn't say do.
So I have a question then.
Yeah.
To the gentleman who joined us, both of you.
Hey, everyone, by the way.
Hi.
I missed y'all on She Critique and all that, man. I was missing y'all. I know what was going on.
Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard
They
Time.
come.
That's
They
what's
come
up.
back Friday.
Can't wait.
So
Yep.
to the gentleman, right? Because I really despise when men kind of demonize women feeling their way through things, at the same time acknowledging that it's a feminine trait to, feel their way through life. But we're just going to step that to the side. If a woman submits to you, you get the final say, and you make the wrong decision, and she vocalizes that, really lets you have it, that you made the wrong decision, right? Do you still consider that submissive? Do you still consider that cooperative? And here's why I'm asking that question. There seems to be beforehand, before a woman acts in accordance to a man's will, we're okay conflating the two, right? Whether she initially is not reacting or create some sort of resistance and then follow suit, it's cool, because at the end of the day you followed suit. But in the aftermath of it, right, if she just doesn't allow you to just kind of continue on, or just let you know, hey, we're both going to acknowledge that wasn't the right. If she gives you any more grief than just acknowledging that it was not the right decision, typically, and this is kind of where I want you guys' answer to kind of come from, typically what I've heard from men is, now that's not considered submissive. Now that's not considered cooperative. So does that, before the decision is made and after the decision is made, does that kind of shift where you define those terms and how they conflate with each other?
You got it, podcast. I already have an answer, but you got it.
I think the issue that you're describing right now is a high value man's problem, right? The majority of men in America, we're not really dealing with this problem like that, because all of the bills aren't on us. This type of conversation is for a man that's in a relationship where he's paying 100% of everything and the woman isn't working, right? And she's gonna still want to be heard, right? And then he's gonna feel like, I don't need to listen to you because everything is on me. But when you're in relationships with people where both of you all work and are contributing monetarily, each other's opinions is valued regardless. So that's what I'm saying. I can't even view submission and cooperation the way that you're suggesting it, because I don't think that's it. If she gives me way more grief than I need in the moment when I'm trying to repair what just went wrong, that's not about submission or cooperation. She's just being a jerk. I don't need that right now. I don't need the extra stress. What I need for you to do is to come and be like, man, babe, I see that didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? You have any idea what you're going to do? Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. All right, well, just focus, buckle down, baby. I got you. Need anything? Like that. You know what I'm saying? Versus, I told your stupid ass in the first place, okay? If you would have listened to me, boo-boo. Like, we don't need that. That's not what we need. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're the last person that we want to hear that from anyway. You know what I'm saying? My brother can be like, bro, your dumb ass should have did it this way. You know what I'm saying? My daddy, but boy, I told you, dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? But your woman, that's the last person who you want to feel like is doubting you. You see what I'm saying? Like, everybody has setbacks. So I had a setback, and now you're gonna come and but that I don't think that has anything to do with cooperation or submission. We tend to paint this in YouTube space as the woman never have an opinion, never expressing herself. She's never feeling anything, and that's just not reality.
So
I don't think it's so much. Oh, can I just say one thing?
no,
I don't think it's so. I don't think it's so much of women painting the picture as like what you just said. I think it's more so of sometimes men like belittle a woman's feelings of like how she's like, you know what I mean, try to act like it's less than.
Wait, let me correct you really quickly. I'm not saying that the women do. I'm saying the men do that.
Okay.
I'm saying the men tend to make it seem like submission or cooperation means that women aren't supposed to feel or express
I'm sorry,
time.
I misunderstood what you said. Okay.
Yeah, like if you're not feeling a certain way, or if you're feeling a certain way about something and it's not good, it's not that I don't want to hear it. I definitely don't want it to come off as an attack, though. You see what I'm saying? That's the only thing. You can express it, just don't express it in an attack mode. But I definitely want to know if you're feeling something, and I definitely want to know things from your point of view, because I, as a 45-year-old man, understand that most of the time, logic is very stubborn. And men can be like horses with blinders on. We get focused, we get what's called tunnel vision, and we ain't trying to hear nothing. But the woman who is allowing me to penetrate her body whenever I want to can definitely give me her opinion on something. I'm gonna just be honest about that. You know what I'm saying? She can definitely be like, hold on, babe, did you think about that like this though? I'm just saying though, think about it. Boom, gone back to her TV, right? And I'm like, hey, my baby's smarter than that thing. Boom, let me go ahead and implement that. Then later on, come back, eat the booty like groceries, and everybody's happy.
Come on, man.
And man, look, these little podcasts, y'all know I got to bring the funny with me, right? You know.
So I'm gonna let you
go ahead and weigh in.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let you chew on the booty, but this is not my booty. Let's be clear. Not my booty. Hold on now.
I hope he's not chewing on anybody's booty.
But so I look at it. I look at things a little different. First of all, the first person to know that a mistake was made was the man. We knew. We already knew. Like, God, she was kind of right, and we'll actually say that in our head, like, damn, she was kind of right.
Yep.
Now here's using. Is it Inaz? I don't know how to say it. Enos. Okay. So using that scenario, that's likely a trend. That's likely not the first time that's happened. And if a female behaves like that, I've already cut her loose. Like that, we're not gonna move that way. That's that.
What do you mean? I'm sorry. I maybe I missed it. In what way?
If a female is coming at you, I told you I should have did it. You should have did it this way. Why didn't you listen to me? I didn't say the blah 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 blah. This is like the third time, and I told you how to do it, and you decided to do it your own way. No, we're not doing that. That typically is a trend behavior, which means she's likely not used to a man listening to her, valuing her opinion, or she's used to somebody taking her for granted. And she needs to heal herself. And that's not a relationship that I'm going to be in. So that's something I would have identified earlier, because there is no way that a female I choose would ever speak to me that way. It'd be more like, oh, babe, yeah, you kind of missed the mark. You'll get it next time. Like something along those lines. We can rock with that. We can rock with that.
I think it depends on how big the consequence is. Because there's some people be making some major decisions and the consequence is huge. And it's like a bad investment, and it's like all of our money, so you're gonna get blessed out for that. Just understand, because that affects me and the kids too. Like little small stuff, you made a simple mistake, knock yourself out. I'll give you a look and keep on moving, but if it's something huge, because some
But-
mistakes are huge, life-changing mistakes.
Absolutely.
I'm-
It's not a whoops, I messed up, baby. It's you jacked things
bro.
up significantly.
No, I understand that, but here's the thing. Again, it's not, if that's not a trait she already possessed prior to getting into the relationship, and that was something that was brought out of her from nowhere. First of all, I've gotten a lot better than I used to be. And, like back in the day, you'd be like, bitch, who you talking to? And we would have that back and forth. I don't move that way. Thus,
Right.
I'm not gonna pick a female that moves that way.
Oh, for sure.
It's just so it would be a complete character break for her if we get that far where it's consequential on both of our lives. If we get that far and I didn't identify that she had this what would be toxic to me trait, I messed up.